probably heard this before. Ancient humans only lived to 30. And it sounds believable. No hospitals, no antibiotics, no modern dentists, no clean water, no emergency surgery. So you imagine some caveman turning 31 and everyone going, "Wow, ancient grandpa." But that is not really how it worked. The idea that ancient humans died at 30 comes from one very misleading number: life expectancy at birth. And that number does not mean most people drop dead at 30. It means if you took every baby born, including the babies who died in infancy, the children who died from infection, the teenagers who died from accidents, the mothers who died in childbirth, and the adults who made it into old age, then averaged all of them together, the number could land around 30. But that average hides the real story. Think of it like this. Imagine 5 people are born. One dies as a baby, one dies as a child, one dies at 25, one dies at 55, one dies at 70. The average age of death is low, but that does not mean everyone died young. It means early death pulled the average down. And this is the part people miss. If an ancient human survived childhood, their chances changed a lot. They were not suddenly immortal. Life was still dangerous, but making it past the most fragile years meant they could often live into their 40s, 50s, and sometimes even older. So the real ancient world was not full of 28-year-old elderly people. It had children, young adults, parents, grandparents, elders, people with memory, skill, experience, and social importance. In many ancient communities, older people mattered a lot. They knew which plants were safe, where water could be found, when animals migrated, how to make tools, how to survive a bad season. Before writing, an elder was like a living hard drive, a person who carried information the group could not afford to lose. So no, 30 was not some biological expiration date. It was an average created by a brutal world. And the brutal part was not that the human body fell apart at 30. The brutal part was that life attacked you early and often. A small cut could become infected. A broken tooth could become deadly. A bad winter could mean starvation. A birth could kill the mother. A fever could take a child in days. And if you lived around other people and animals, disease had more chances to spread. That is why modern medicine changed everything. Not because humans suddenly became designed to live long, but because we got better at stopping the things that used to kill people early. Clean water, vaccines, antibiotics, safer childbirth, better nutrition, emergency care, surgery, sanitation. All of that pushed death further away, especially for babies and children. So when people say humans used to live to 30, they're usually confusing two different ideas: average life expectancy and actual human lifespan. Average life expectancy tells you how dangerous a society was overall. Actual lifespan tells you how long a person could live if they survived the biggest risks. And humans have always had the ability to grow old. We've always had gray hair, wrinkles, grandparents, long injuries, long memories. The difference is that fewer people got the chance. That's what makes the past so strange. It was not a world where everyone peacefully lived short little lives. It was a world where death was uneven. Some people died before they ever had a real chance. Some died from things we could fix today in an hour. And some lived long enough to become the people everyone listened to around the fire. So the next time someone says ancient humans died at 30, the better answer is no. Ancient humans did not all die at 30. A lot of them died before 30. And that's exactly why the average looked so low. The real story is not that ancient people were old at 30. The real story is that surviving long enough to become old was much harder than it is today. And maybe that's what makes modern life so easy to misunderstand. We don't just live longer because our bodies are better. We live longer because millions of small dangers that used to decide someone's entire life are now things we barely even think about.